Hey there, Delight here. I'm doing a project share this morning. This is a junk journal, Vintage Masculine, that I made for a friend. I showed you how I picked the papers for signatures using the papers that ended up in this. It's a hand-bound hardback book recycle. I have fabric spine, fiber to bind with, the Tim Holtz Capture Life's Moments, Tim Holtz book corners, and post hitch closing. This is for a friend that I've known since he was a kid in school, long time ago, and he and his life partner are being married. I won't be able to go to the wedding, but I wanted to send him something really special to help memorialize the event. So this is what I made. I used a combination of my own paper with my own art on it, vintage office supplies, and I get digital downloads from Etsy artists and manipulate them to suit what I need and change them over. I don't know how to put the links down yet. I'm still learning, and as soon as I do, I'll put down who I got them from for sure. Also, I'm still foggy from my surgery stuff, so my head isn't working too well anyway, so I forget who I got it, whether this is Artie Mays or Ephemera's Garden or I don't know who I got it off of. Anyhow, this little picture was actually, I cut that out of their wedding invitation they sent to me. I looked for a wedding book to send to them, but everything was so tacky and most of it was heterosexual. There wasn't anything that was really specific for them, so I'll make this one. It has tons and tons of places for people at the event. It's 3 days at a resort to write advice or little stories about their lives or whatever they want to do. I used, I think vintage wedding from somebody, plus a lot of my own papers. There's one of Gail's fabric flips. Love that she showed us how to do those. Lots of spaces to put things. Copy dyed paper, of course. Another tag, a flip up one. I like using the longer things that way, my cutoffs from the scrapbook papers. Music paper I use a lot, so that's a pocket. Here's another. There are a number of these little tiny journals inside where someone could write, or the guys could write like the details of a whole event, like their wedding rehearsal or something like that if they wanted to. And again, lots of tags for lots of space for lots of people. This is a junk mail envelope, one of the big ones. It probably is from insurance company. They send the ones with the biggest and biggest windows. They can put a photo of themselves down in here. I ran it through the printer with one of my pages on it. And this, the back, I inked with Tim Holtz Distress Inks. Love Tim Holtz products, any Tim Holtz products. I'm a groupie, I'll admit it. Then I put ink on a piece of bubble wrap and just pressed it on to make this. So I decorate up the envelopes when I use them a lot of times. Unless it needs a plain white one, then I use plain white. I'm big on theme and consistency. I love details, so my books, if it works white, I use white. If it doesn't, I make it work. So these are different ones. These tags, I made a bunch of these out of the front of a pad of ledger paper that I got at a resale shop. And they made really nice tags up. They're nice and sturdy, and it's just kind of a neat way to use the front up. Use a lot of the ledger paper, so this looks nice with it. This was a part of the back of the page with the gifts on. That was part of the vintage wedding. I don't know where it went. Here. But I didn't need more gifts back here, so I just made an embellishment and glued it over top so that I could use the back. Because it's a small wedding, so I think 2 pages would be enough. So, but I wanted to use them, so I went ahead and did that. This is another tag and envelope. I'm sure this one is Gail. I watched her recently make these square ones and put a tag in. Love the envelopes with the tags for the more private lots that somebody might have, I think, especially for a wedding journal. That's kind of nice. Again, the tea-dyed paper, tea or coffee. These are probably coffee. Lots of tags. Another Gale's Flips. Another little tiny book. There's a number of these little tiny books for specific occasion things. And all of these are just leftover pages, things I find at resale shops. This is washi tape that I used to secure this acetate. Had a piece of this laying around forever and didn't know what to do with it, so I saw one of them did this, and I thought, well, that's pretty clever, I'll do that. Again, the folded up tags that are turning into one of my favorites. A lot of these are double pockets, but they'll have things, receipts and cards and things, so I wanted to leave them lots of places to put things in. I didn't want to fill it up too much. Another envelope, junk mail envelope. This one I ran through the printer once on one side and then again on the other side with a different design. Sometimes I do it that way. Sometimes I ink them like I showed you before. Sometimes I use stamps and print, although I don't do much rubber stamping because I don't do it very well. Never learned how to do it well, so I use art stamps okay, but the real stamps to do properly I'm not very good at. So yeah, here's this, I saw one of the ladies do this. I don't know which one, how clever. This is one of the flip up ones, so there's lots of places to write. You could write a number of thoughts on this, or several thoughts. Another one of the tags from the product front and the back. Used an nylon on the back and a elastic hair tie, and that will be my gift to Will and Mickey. Wishing them all the luck in the world and love them to death, and thank you for the invite. Sorry I can't be there, but this will be there in my place. Enough said.